I think Mohammed Akwaba, upon to saying, Gambaga Boko.
Oh, we be at the Jim Gambaga for Sunya Simincha. I used to see Mincha, and Mincha for name, Minia Eric and California.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's it. Eric J. Akwaba, na poem to saying,
Yamadum, now say,
Adom.
and what they all.
O Kaftan, no swear fair.
And a pay me kind.
Winner, this one never up and down.
Me uncle in a DVD, me bro.
Oh, nice.
My friend
Bondana, or Accra.
Accra.
Oh, I have to encross on Pambi Medimin so. Maybe the New Year.
Big man,
Valentine's Day.
Vows, the over me vows.
Don't pack a red color.
Okay, we have an
so we are now. We are Masungu, not the Akoni show. Come here, Missiano, no, say. That's funny, man. There's a bush.
Countryman's on the Kuni power. Anyways, ain't it?
Let's share Michelle, Michelle Nache, my man, Namia, I think so. I think Shapa, we did say. I feel Simon Yanko Pombema, not like as well.
Yes.
Be answering when any said the pen. So him say,
Ibrahim Ama birthday, yes. And Edem Agbana.
Baba,
happy birthday.
Wow. Or many name dear when ya or be some Ghana no on trainership.
Sure.
Now you would say, Quanya or Faso handle Nipano.
Uncle Susa,
very necessary. And there's who here.
Then I made him in jail.
Oh, yeah, wow. And Chandler per se, your money, come on.
Intimate Shiano, my man, Edem, so on us, Canahona, Bebuna,
incoming MP.
Oh, where the
Edem Agbana.
Unim Zaka Severs when
Sure.
Yeah,
very well. Edem Agbana, former SRC President, University of Ghana, and a parliamentary candidate, ma NDC, Aveji Honey, K2 North Constituency. Edem, happy birthday to you. And then to the CEO of Engineers and Planners, Ibrahim Mahama, Bibina friend Baba, the Ote Baba, na who say Charlie. Or a big man. Inti Ibrahim Mahama, happy birthday to you, brother of the former president John Dramani Mahama, and they do have a wonderful birthday. I think I'll start from you, and my question is, Shah's here from the NPP parliamentary primary. Yeah. Any surprises for you? The result, I would say, how Anioma call more loose or more winning surprise me or
well. Of course, definitely surprises me. Nedi kan mamincha echefuni. Eden primary say there will be some surprises.
Yes.
Nkrofo na wujidi say eden on be winning. Elections there, it is the most unpredictable exercise ever in the history of man.
Yeah.
Nti uko elections more. Nti na ya 2 year mfu say if you are running an election, and if you are going to an election, if you are running a campaign with the intention of get into an election. I say what's our open mind,
Yes.
You should always know, say, it's a double-edged sword. Either we lose and I'll be winning.
Yes.
Definitely, there are times with me calculations, do all the computations and permutations. Now, what I say, elections we did, me winning.
Yes.
You see, there is no art to tell the mind's expression on the face.
Shakespeare.
And if you've ever contested an election like I have, of Azwahibi, yes, if you're delegates, it's the most charitable way of describing the nature of delegates. They are the most unpredictable. Look, when I was trying to be general secretary the first time, when I was with PNC,
yes.
The first time I mini Bernard a contestee.
Yeah.
Sure. Me grown for crowd to Tiami.
Gambaga for.
I tell you. Wale for to Tiami, Gambaga for to Tiami. Meanwhile, it was a territory to Bernard. That was a no-go area.
Yeah.
Now, so I'm Lusui. I won in all the 7 southern regions. 3 northern regions am lose here. Yes. And I grew up in Tamale. Me mama at Dagomba. So northern region, the Dagomba side, na me jidisa di we there. Na ma perceive ma fanela. Oh, modi wo me yam brutal. So there are sometimes there are times your calculations. Now you are very convinced, especially with the conversations you have with delegates. Remember when say, "Oh, I did yeah, the over." But something might happen. Sometimes the trigger is something as minute and insignificant as oba enokra anopi mihunu okwansu wenchiame. And that is enough for nipa akwe omwade eno anu. And on find tnaho obeka chiro bia obetima ka chenza akwe omwade tim mamuntu abanama. So that you can't tell the decision of delegates until it is done.
Yes.
Until there is a saying in politics, it is never done until it is done. And you never have a vote until the last vote is counted. And look, me see, my experience in the of course from the elections are Mirani and say Obi I know I'm a campaign manager of Western region. Yes, yeah, we went to meet them. And I met Nipano with Samira Papalajra, he was also running to be chairman. We were campaigning together. Me see Nipay MIS and your posters. We went to Western region to meet with regional executives before I be constituency tour. Nyame on peboni. Papa cry and say, oh no, Dika advanced team or campaign am ansana. Yaba. And to meet no pentamako. So well I go, let's excuse him to proceed. Yen we are be shan war grounds for. Papa sorry no rubber bag and coupon one and him here, and a rubber bag and tea. Posters say should go yen where our opponents posters. Oh, me kabibia. Meanwhile, we had empowered this man to take the lead. Until I want to say, look, politics until the last vote is counted, you don't have a vote.
Yeah.
Until of course there would be surprises. Some surprises were I can't really remember some of the names, but of course, Kabiru Aminuya,
Wale, yes.
I expected
the aide to the vice president now.
Yes.
So Wako winning.
Yeah. And some feel it was a surprise victory because incumbent is also a
gender minister,
and she's also well established in the constituency and so on. Kabiru is a worthy candidate and the rest of it, but a lot of people felt it would be a keenly contested seat and a primary, and at the end of the day, they expected say even though it would be keenly contested, or Mutipi Mamin will be winning, but Kabiru has won. It is one of the surprises for me. But generally, Usha, I seem to see a trend. Maybe we see a contest, which for me is encouraging, and it's also good. It's also good news for the flag bearer of the MP, because almost we are young man, you are hungry, you are passionate,
you want to achieve,
determined, yes. And the kind of effort would be shade human is different from Sabi Obia, Winning Kakra and. Especially in strongholds, our officer, we need primaries now. There is very little effort. Nipano shame. And for me, we win elections. It's a big boost to the campaign of the MPP's flag bearer. Now, another surprise. Even though I expected, I even had a disagreement with Obi Bantama. I didn't expect the kind of humiliation as an opponent. Let me say, there will
be a contest.
There will be a contest, but this was flogging. As there will be a chin, I call an ocean. I was because the conversations prior to the elections, gave me the impression that hey, I heard they are able to, but there was no contest. There was also said there was no contest. Meanwhile, virus and maybe Michel. Occasion by the number of years, Occasion said there won't be a contest, and I disagree with him because Vimana, Papa no di Casano. I was like this guy no Jinabibiso, and given the the presidential votes, I expect to say it might not necessarily translate, but it could mean something.
Yeah.
But it turned out and yes, sanity. the popularity of your brother necessarily doesn't translate
into
popularity.
Yeah.
And near bra interest no na we and for me it was a bit surprising. I expected him to put up a good fight, but there was no fight at all. It was just like somebody shipping the other. Two blues and I want to meet Pija on some folk. And I really felt where any defeat is humiliation. Now, let me also say, there are some young people are only winning, and I feel they are not going to be useful to their party in the campaigns, but they are going to be very useful to the work of Parliament.
Okay.
Parliament, I can say, people should begin to appreciate, Parliament is a specialized organ of government.
Sure.
And this executive, sebi. Obiati mi bobi.
Yeah.
Ubonu truka krana yeduka hwa ebeye. But Parliament is a place where you make laws. It requires some kind of niche. You should have a certain niche. It doesn't matter what it is, but you should have maybe I'll bet you like I say
a higher strength.
My strength ni.
Bill be better I can pick it and
yeah. What did I say? But and I'm sure some of these young people would contribute significantly to the deliberations in Parliament. But Bimusu, me want to say they see Parliament as a transition from the executive.
Yeah.
So Juma with the executive, we are Parliament is the next place to be. Without thinking about what contributions they can possibly make to the work of Parliament. And for me, a hard journey. And then the cost of becoming a parliamentarian maybe basic no so, but I just feel that people must begin to examine their strengths, begin to examine what it is that they want to do in the House of Parliament. It's not just enough to say this is a transition from one point in politics to the other. You should have a special interest in making laws.
Yeah. You
should have some special interest in doing the work of Parliament. And sana would you want to Parliament. And that is why we have a Sabi, William Remeka. We have a lot of people in Parliament on Mumbo number. There are people, you tell them, probably there is a bill that, debate on which is ongoing. To even give you a summary of what the bill is about, because one call with that mindset, say, me ko bua parliamentary jumano. The person just felt, it's an opportunity. Maybe my CEO, my ADCE, what is the next phase for me? And mostly the answer to that question, people get it wrong. Nipan is from our position, the next is
the next
Parliament. And I think it's wrong, and people must begin to see Parliament as an entirely different area, because it's a specialized organ of government. And to say executive now, like I said, Obia, you don't even need to have any qualification in anything. What I say, you just need to be able to speak. You just need to be able to understand one or two things, and you can play a role in the executive. But Parliament, dear, you must have some, expertise and a background that can be helpful to the work of Parliament. Mika and mangrove be trinkwa.
Okay.
Nedi kan me Madam Francis also a child.
Asante Drabin. Yeah.
I predicted he was going to win, and Yamincha he has won. And Obisu to say Protozwa, Abu Juma, and he has paid.
Yeah.
Dr. Kingsley Nyako. And these are some of the people I feel said their addition to Parliament is going to be helpful. I know what Kingsley can bring to the table in Parliament. I know what Francis can bring to the table. You see, we young Crophobia who have some specialty, so that you don't expect them to be knowledgeable in every subject. They be, but a bomb move honum na. And when it comes to issues of extractives, especially minerals. Odi Francis Tnahwa, Utiena, you get excited.
Yeah.
You learn. There are sometimes, in fact, there are times some of the questions on minerals and as if
he's your go-to person.
Exactly. Until you need people like that on the work conversations, and you'll be a technical expertise in mining, for example. And if there's something and a bill on mining, I as a parliamentarian, I should have a colleague I can go to and say, Minia, can you help me explain way? Well, now Nipan, when it comes to issues of the economy and finance, Nipan can say, can you explain what this means and so on and so forth. That is how you complement one another in Parliament. But Sebi, I have no area me to say this is where I am good at. Ususa.
Per committee be do to so cry heading.
Until finally just put you anywhere. Entina or Mama can ask me, and I keep saying this anytime I get the opportunity to discuss Parliament. Or say Nira whom maybe when he was in Parliament or by Parliament now. Colleague Bibi Sanze honorable today what are we opposing? Or say Niyam Shino. Say what do you mean by today what are we opposing? Just or no or by or teacher or change the becca no
I can be not baby.
And it even sad as it may be, it tells you sometimes the quality we have in Parliament. And it is because people are not conscious about the choices, the political choices they make, about transitions. Sabenyo Bia who is cut out to be a parliamentarian. And that's why we have professional legislators elsewhere.
Sure.
Congressmen, to me 40, 50 years. Because they are good at what they do.
Yeah.
But here in India, especially a party in your 2 terms now. You want to buy insurance. So Parliament becomes an insurance for
cover.
Some of these players. What I say Anyebia my party co-position crying Anyebia Parliament salary is ZD Mekos WGB. Without some commitment to the work of Parliament.
Yeah.
But another trend, let me and see so that others can speak. The issue of monetization.
It now sounds like a broken record, no? So I say I can't.
No, but this time is on a different level. Now, the average amount you require to be a candidate, not an MPU, a candidate, is 3 million Ghana cedis. That's the average. And I'm talking about on the day of the election. No, that's how much you are required averagely to spend. Ignore all other prior expenditures. Nipa no sabi otukwanya wa frau. Na yiruwa wa frau ya kan say busuenye yi a nsawa obebokra ejina oso ye yi enu nyina free mo on the day of election akasa ho asem na mika chew you. When you do that, you prevent nkrofo a anka sabi they otherwise would be good materials for Parliament from contesting. Because take an academic for example, Niketu say obi o chira dey university tu say Abia Nipano could be very Uko US Congress. A lot of them are former lecturers.
Yeah.
Former professors. Because until the person has a certain niche. Oba, when it comes, there are law professors. And they are not just law professors. Property law. Taught. Like they are specialists. And there are people who are good in real estate. I've listened to committee hearings. They call them committee hearings. Either people come to testify and they're interrogating an institution of state and
even a private
they invite you.
Yeah.
If you are not conversant, look, Mark Zuckerberg, a friend. If you are not good in IT, questions may not be bisa. But you have people almost who have been and bisa questions now. You get excited because the questions elicit the kinds of answers the public want to know. Bagana ha sabi we dey need him. Appointments committee. Sometimes some of the questions are representatives ne bibisa. They just feel me so say me kabi.
No, say obi abe busa question dey drew so ne yaka say.
Woni bia manonko. But ni pan person afena question no sabi o mi say ka onhu ni ti onhu ni nai. Because the person is not a specialist in anything.
Yeah.
Now I could be some question that would elicit answers that would excite the public. And now the way I see at the Parliament there could be there so
Asempa FM.
Who bank account you see a bimcrat on which by the way is the most foolish decision ever. So we turn with primaries.
No, say you won't now free say
Now and you no lose we.
Say everything is a risk. Say or the question business mukra obetimi aboka.
No, business returns. You see, you can predict your returns. Say a year metimi nyesi. Now elections this way. Utu na esa ohun say obi su tu ye. Say you are his you can say a house poorer. He obe free parliament no so. Until we one year, whoever knows Anipa no, omun konom komani yako. They should be checking on him. Depression is likely to set in. And when you are depressed, Ghana for you have depression yesterday. So you are brave. depression is serious. I feel now or two now.
Oh, kasa.
I'm thinking, yeah, be my friend. I'm thinking. Just or two now. Wow, Jim. Wow, born home come.
Yeah.
Because we are calculation man. Turn down here and cut. But that's what dying.
Say no.
Sika me my delegacy me who yan come and find more. Ebi me the shebi. Sa adwin say yawo.
Solilo.
Yeah, that's it. We are listening. Solilo what you are now. One kasa.
Oh, kasa.
Monologues nkwaso na website. And I think say collectively yeah can was them. But me who something concrete about how to deal with monetization of our politics.
Yeah.
Elsewhere there are rules.
Yeah.
What him say when I came up with some AEB now from political parties during election say what they would do is say they would come up with some standardized code of ethics. HSA don't do this. Oh yeah, you will be shamed. And a committee was set up to monitor the activities of politicians and so on. I think, sir, it's about time we had a more comprehensive code. As a participant in an election,
yes.
For example, it doesn't matter how you label it, whether transportation, whether solidarity, whatever, it doesn't matter how you label. You cannot give Nkrofusika beyond a certain limit. In the US, even campaign contributions, people who make contributions to PAC, the Political Action Committees, you are required not to go beyond a certain amount. I think we need to legislate on campaign financing. It's very, very, very important. So that you can hold the person responsible. And then before me buy you were wondering what really constitutes vote buying. These are phenomena that we can describe and define in such a law. So we say it constitutes vote buying. And you were asking whether there is an explicit law that prescribes such a behavior. The definition itself is not clear. So you cannot even tell. What I say. But and the way our politicians are becoming endangered species because Ghana for air show says Sika move like elections almost and they're asking themselves, you must be
to make that
kind of money. That the average expenditure on this election around 5 million. On the day of election expenditure,
very well.
What you say? Until these are, I mean, and he's been successful in say about Mabaso. Minty incident apart from Yendi which is condemnable, is objectionable. Say sebi. Everywhere else, no boko, a Hong Kong, and I say this with a heavy heart because. Anyway, my fancy.
Mate, Atik Mohammed yet. Me pacho Bremuna yenhwe the elections across the country, Ashanti region, of course, part in the stronghold in the attention bebre na ewo ho. And any surprises for you, any lessons from this election will take out does this put more electoral machinery in place for 2024 December now?
Yo, Obi, me obviously for my mama ha dada na wonsusu na fe atiefo ne ahwefo ma me break akra bi na me nkoma chika kra hwe ne mienu bi why na me ba ha United States of America on Environmental Protection Agency penino on the friend administrator or the Reagan or man obedu Thursday na nwumre ne identifiada do fiada the memena da numni na na chese ya also na oni second lady Aja Samira program Asia Dubai during the COP 28 na papa ni so much interested na na do danko Akufo-Addo president ne nani so ade hunu ne nim de environment until I expressing interest and I inviting some Ragana until Oha Yamana Kwaba American Embassy, US Embassy, ambassador, and then in Penny for Nam. Now, second lady program be a friend clean cooking stove project. Yeah, we are seeing a bit Adriana Noanum on Jane, Adia Yanuanum Ban, I exposed to into Jamestown. dwumadie bi kɔ so a menim sɛ nkyɛ bɛba TV so ne ade yam nuama nom na ɛwɔ mpoano ɔmo hodam ne ade kɔhwɛ ne nyinaa hwɛ deɛ ne ɛbɛtumi ayɛ yɛ improve environment no wɔ hɔ ɛwɔ saa dwumadie no yɛtɔ so bio yɛ page 16 of daily graphic and Central Oil Refinery.
Central, yeah.
Oil Refinery. President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo Kubuano, $2 billion project. Now, Kamea is the first and the most private investment ekwe ye ɛwɔ mem. Now, the any council say oyeno uniano investor no be no in the name of one district, one factory. Now it shows you clearly, yes, economy, yes, your challenges in there, but any that's all. Until for an investor, so by here economic parameters in there, no be nyaku kudru. Edisika $2 billion a regime say and that's all. Until the economic recovery process and ashasi, abano esinkete na yekwe nimu eno na ebeye fapempa. Mo say 1D 1F no ten bia na yeka se enya ban na all ha ne ho ade sika wura bibi nemum ankra dwumadi no aso so public private partnership dwumadi. And for the first time in this country me kra dem aka champagne say as a semi fato me ho so when him say the most beautiful law we are say in the name of Act 1039 of 2020, Public-Private Partnership Act.
Oh, okay.
Very beautiful. Act so nyadaje na kinkai na wo hwa. We ankrankra na wo de usika ebe bata aban dwumadie ho na odi awura a unsuro kopem se mra no bo ho ban aban sisan minister free ho when free ho so long say dwumadie no namra kwan so na ebo a o ma chichire no it will be a very very important dakro ya fa na ye pensem na enye de to so biem ye mensia tumfo say to abebiu unim say ne am say 87th anniversary of Ashanti Confederacy.
Yes, I think I saw the artwork somewhere.
Say enye daketwa dapon da papa and now so na on say me regional chairman chairman won to me and send me to dwabe na ochim
yes no mo call mensia
ne mensia tenase na asem ni nyina akoda penini ahwe aka se krache no hwemu ache se wa nyamfum so bia yemum de hia wo mu aya futuo ma ye nyina ochina no nyamansia nko baabi ebegina ebedi enko mo bia nti chama untumi no kra dedi utire nkwa wonwa na hwe se nke do ahwe ase beba no onyame ayiwa afrim enu nti de nyame ase na anye obi ase me papa sama hene tumfo sama hene na se kwaku the third
okay
ona hene ma ne tena asem no so na bibia akoda nti na ye bodawura mu bi ate asem bia ni fie efie adwo de nanka wo musu muja na ye kukuru akọ ama nia yempetie betie no empanini kwa asetena no edinsu enwuna guso ama adwo Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the flag bearer of New Patriotic Party, our leader. Numsana no Estonia.
Estonia, yes.
One thing.
Oh, me who pictures no.
May hear say you may be or me no beko obi.
Estonia.
Ansem kan you masho. Estonia is one of the most digitalized countries we are say. Estonia, man am catch you and here Google. I don't know. You may have for me in the parking kind. Eric, what the back are for Google? Now here Estonia, the most digitalized, one of the most digitalized. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia de Ghana digitalization, Ekosiisen Estonia digitalization. Na common ko ye. Me cry na minim say me too know you na minim say ho capital cry de Tallinn. Oh, I see. Tallinn.
Oh, okay.
Na president in the Alakaris. Che idea no so aswani. Na mebeba
which continent is Estonia?
Oh, it's in Europe.
Eastern Europe.
Na part of the Soviet bloc.
Okay.
Yeah, na part of the old Soviet Republic.
Okay.
Na mebeba wasem no so. Me mamusa asem ba ko. Wo obi. Na me offer kwasi agima na Gordon.
Gordon
Omuko.
Omuko.
Omu me ha baby ya. Okay, ma memfa Kwamna Santenka ho.
Yes.
Na memfa Dominic Kisi on. Ana me offer getwa
Chum ne Jackson.
Any Jackson. Ana me nuaba. Da be pa na muso mbekọ contest ni bi. Ama muso yatom so aba. Da ben.
Watches.
Da be pa kwasi. Mo shada. Na mo shada. Yeah, the next assembly at Umbako. I just had the next primaries. Ubekobi. Now, Musumo Koko said, now, Mamma commentary not
Chadon.
Now, Munim who save Yana, Dibiam, and Boduruna. You wait now, winning, we are surprising. We are in a Munyana Mukubi. I know, Alexander Oko contest. Would you contest?
Oh,
Yeah, acclamation.
Nipa step down the
Oh, Sierra be catch answer and Nipa best. Na madam mana. No kakra no afrem wofa. Adena duru ho. Oba na ba frem wa na minya. So, eti sanity. Enya dia any capis. Na woni made wa kozo. Eba obi mu so obekọ contest sini mo ati say akomo o ka se be bia pata
onte
debi
okono wakoji na ni so
debi na so asisi na ni nyina afira ji se ye bobo wie na fe o twa na ni no twa na ni a enti ni amu ye nya mo kan nyina ye mo wanwa nom ni a me ni atiki nya wanwa opim se ya sheda afamu akwa ba but ye ne se eti kemami kem dwumadie wo omanyimu unsa na anu edi sifo wi om de abo ma baso papa kopem se senia tibiara ekwan abeda ho ama won wa peso mu so ma ho den hwe no na anu ye de eduru ho bia opeso okobie bani de niam agu akwam from general secretary lawyer Kodua kusi chairman 17 and the entire national executive committee or who farmer any instructions are National Council, the Council of Elders, the ma won. Now we share President Nana Dankwa Kufuado. Now directions in Niama and then the flag bearer himself. Now who say Asweni. Ubia so far, Ubia nwa what in your complaint say. Yes, me and I am a quam my new way. So far, I'm in TV.
Okay.
So what to be a coaka? Would a coaka?
It be my so far.
So, enti
Asempa FM.
The President of the Republic, Waka Amobia Trinkwa, ono crowd or say, in Kunimdia, new patriotic party in Kunimdia. One din Kugu no more one, a din Kunimno. Where din kunim so mre won ho ase na won din kuguo ne obi a meka ho nyanya adene focus no ye December.
Okay.
Sisi a yayi we no mawie na yabeti asi kwantimpo mu a yabebo ntua ne dawure ihia obi a dwenkyere ihia obi a ne kasa de na bamu obu this is the time ebrenini asi ekanya won nyonti bibia se brenini asi ekire nem ne ekire nsem de ma won na ebenya da age de abetwe ho manso de a enyi enu ti mesre nuanom ene adofo nyina matese mo kana sikasem ni ade ne wa eno de ne me hunu binti enya de ametunya ka ho dabi ayi atik wanzo ni mkonta hapa unim sikem nti baby a Jesus sikem twem no ntenenka but wo ka busa atiki pa se hini no ko hunu se obi chese mpo ade ka prede da ma untimi ba ni nyina ya atesem ba wo hu se na no football for everyone say
Black Stars and
that began GFA
football
association.
Yeah.
I know so
Tamale.
Near Sindesika, near Obitriasika, okay. Minimum so mu ye impeni for na ya na what TV is that? Omtiaska. Is okay. Anna journalist GJ
Accusations. That is what it is. Accusations.
Politicians now what you so.
Enti pesi ya fadi obi de no. Ya GJ for the any accusations. Politicians dey accusations. Ni nyina ye atisem nyeza allegations. We brand accusations. Allegations are substantiated. But the point is, when him say obi ni me a funny argument. They didn't command a BBC be. Ache break a create tremor sabra near babe a person change call 55.
Yes.
And you can scarce no smaramfo. I'm casem so. Say a cotua bana ubi chi scania de scania ne kutugo for. And I acquire bricos for Ghana Hayane. Obi abua sika no onu kwa na send them na odi oni ne made di akopen wasem so be gina bato na ho baka kramra to onu to him no was a redistribution of wealth ni obi ahodo ni agogofu ahodo ni erika ahodo dia Brother say Atik ahodo na mu nyina
go distribute
go contest ya na we ma no ti be wi ase no ya redistribute wealth na e was system num anti CCI se ni amokikan ya no kra me de minim se no kra be hwe na se sa na tia so obi anya dwetire bi obi ho nya 500,000 adi obeti 500 cities kra adi obeti mi dia na 5,000 cities enti the hard dwene wom they say you corner sam pempenso na be kakra yen hyede nya
obi ama ne emfa ne homa
if you say nya obi ano wa kokuduro se obe konanim sikasemo
very well
not until say you be simu chemu kenana ye be gi atumu na be nya dance die se ne course no remain in some canibia allegations but mumma ye more process abaso you rather than parade and penny for indeed abra and this if we omu no mu praise electoral commission police na because omu ho na tewo but electoral commission Ghana police o machre se edru se omu etuana mo se ya
omoyade
sa na party ma new patriotic party ma wa fana Ghana fana nyinara from national executives could say region constituency for also and a pooling station executives are nyina constitute the electoral college o my idea this time round idea shame in kuna wa santimem and he said one emfa ho na omunye politics kra ne omunyina memre de omunyina do anu tumu ewo the primary sim who efiefo ma warning say mo de mo kono man ko to
ma assume say na obentin
baby kra de clear bantuma in particular montuma MP no man to ama na mba betu ya efiefo clear and some ticks okay obekaya baby bebre express concern and I will express it
very well
a shame cry
a
boy ama yakoyani yeah we dey say na yapon
oh no yapon my Eric J ba we deal with any other business Eric the last time
Eric na yanka wo dey man na sem bebre sampa ya ka bebre be
the last time Eric ba ha no the constituency was Eric na owo Trobu constituency now nim say MP na lose wo
oh sir
Moses anim say anim walusu
na ehona or the consensus okay what not okay there's Eric our man kwan so on kase at is there na me offer say atike and there na ebe opus
Eric yes your thoughts on the MPP primary
wow me dey na person me ne Sembe kase
Moses anim no nanka maji seat no
some since na ma me to free petel Tantra Hills omo area omo boom from my chamber bia who so pipe hwe
inframanko na eba
masa bosome sonso ana de water bill abro ti no air bill enye easy eno ana because you see Ye na manyo sam ne it said the offer can. Obia interest in say by kika bom ni aye nyamanam aye. But to da na say otina akonwa so chena nyama bi nso no saa ne
enkoya
edom dodo na hu ni say e bia to da na so nim dia sakakra. So ebe ire ho. The demand there so ye any option.
Yeah.
By the way, MPP, you congratulate you. We need some colleagues in the room.
Sure.
Panel members and you share call Mokobi and Collins.
Collins Adoma Comensa.
Yeah, on so many share Adum
TV.
No munina Kobi. Among your 70 year dear.
Oh, Collins Bakunos Wankoye.
Yeah, man, share
Randy.
On the question could not do one.
The question could not do sign we need.
Was it a close contest?
I have to get the exact figures.
Anyway, yeah, 200 region.
The gap?
87, there be 287 and I think 240 or something.
Wow.
Hey, sir, then it was close.
And until I give her that so cool.
Until I give her one.
But ni
Oh, okay.
Obi, adeba kwa ya maybe so steady kwa ya me faso kan me nsem a me said it yes na me kan. Yes remo NDC MPP for no. Ye nya tamfo. It is a toda na ebia MPP akwakoto aba na yese ebia rikeje a wish you be congratulations na party for ni bi edwa.
Omobuafu.
Yes. Obi, let me tell them. Kakun aka na fa wo. Okoto se Kenya accident na ye yi ni pa Africa no mu. Say another car na dey omogu.
Sure.
Always put in mind say aside your political interest no, ye nyina ye nipa. Enti se sa de no nya real mu na onya understanding of politics a. Eti se nya mesom. Onye wo yonko bone. Obi ko Roman
Asempa FM
Pentecost. Ye nyina ye gidi se nyame asem. Na ye dey boy bra.
Yeah.
Obi NDC, obi MPP. Ye nyina obi atri mu pone se Ghana na ye ni ye. Nti say you create that division na there ya ne say obi timi test o message asa wo kura no hia power chain. Me I will say it, that is me. Me post to Collins now no people were insulting me in their account. Masa, let me tell them.
Ben then I say obi to say Edem Agbana. MPP phone is celebrating all over the place.
And you see what we are doing is very bad. Enti mo amu ne say ya na mani abrechan ye no. Me that's why I no pass 6 na ma sorry o. Na me drive say me coast station. Unim kwanya me fasoko. Politicians e wo kuma party executives no bi anywhere etua ne ka o. And this will be sacrifice na oye ejuma. E to da men na won pamu detect say wo no wo na okita the port of wisdom. Mumma ye mfa hatred enwure mu. It is very bad.
Yeah.
Because where we are going no, if me who of akukufu na metimi kan okretre ne sa die we na ekoso wo EPO ye ni se na ebo a, it is better than say ye man science obi abaye ni. I am not that type.
Yeah.
Enti say dey bia mo bi mo expect na masa me post no per screenshot to be na fato me I cannot. That's me. We made that say.
Yeah.
Na omakoto abanari. Na anopa na miti reche mensabonsu. I say almost sitting MP 50 in a free parliament. Almost.
What they can or more voluntarily or more opt out now. Yeah.
Almost. Na there because who ni say the next parliament no. MPP and yes, and I think make analysis I know making you could see say indeed not make sense because parliamentary duty and said the ya better na mama topics I name the ebe kan fa ho addition on its own and this who say obi sorry and nice for parliament no kasa no site or that this or that data enough form because answer na won kan orders ni nyina hu say emre we order we ne de kasa no ni nyina ya addition on its own and the more na ya na omo che wo fie ho no the more no na eboama parliament
me ba so me ba o Eric me ba chum confirm mention north results na mama because what I'm seeing here and it's not just saying that the Collins hanko ye crowd
so
who different
why don't
Akwesi Kunedu chum tie Akwesi Kunedu 389 Richard Osei Bamfo 283 Collins Ouswa Mankwa 15. And okay.
I mean, yes, sure. We're 15. They are not DC is in the 10 years figures or more sitting DC.
That would be strange. Oh, Collins
maybe the other way around.
That would be weird.
I mean, that's PK's up on Sunday. We asked PK check records near now. I'm doubting it.
No,
15
Vanda's in time. Yeah, but you cry.
It cannot be.
We lose gracefully.
Yeah, of course.
It's not like that.
Obi.
And you're no correct. Yes.
You know. Omakwaba.
Was he Vanda and I was pitching him Komoto?
No, he was a Vanda.
Because yeah.
But that's a mean confirmation say 15.
So,
Maza.
wow.
No,
but
Obi.
Eric.
And today now on Rabu Chairman say Kano. Na me who say o make sense. I thought that nimde ni bi why here with you. And sempeni for no che e wo ho a mabunu no kwa yenya kwan susu anya mapi di fiomo. Da bia Ahmed Ibrahim ka chere o say oba parliament first 2 terms. Na da bia asemo general ka chere ni se onsuya de. Nti ono say amanfo waba power ye pre minister ye pre deputy no e bi kura mani trimuda because ministers in the back office aba obi wo kura na de no de ba mra she be dwafie process kura was the first kura onim o office no be ba mo wa kire no kwan de be fa so nti so hu se enkofo bi ye solid on the floor almost be almost nya de no eni nyina aboa ma ye democracy ni ye rich because whereby mra she be dwafie ye loose no eniema pia timamufo no hia se be koyie no ya na enkoyie maye because it is presumed say omote say ya enim hwe na omonso guo but it shouldn't be so nti MPP for my be there but we nyina a case study emam for 2024 elections we share kwanya sitting ministers elusu obi ni deputies na mo like efe eno kire kwanya 2024 Ghana for be faso ato aba because scorecard na omo party for no dey score almost sitting ministers no and on Ghana for the best score yes and of share some of the issues are party for the two about the tier MPs now you could see say a kanka a kati across obi si oni MP ni petemu na akwan nyina anye when MP ni come on fan nya na was ode yakwan ba we party ni a onye no kwafo nti waja alaji ba omi ane na nado ho si yentu nti a MP dia oba no so ye man road fund ode be yakwan road fund no through Ministry of Roads and Highways amakwata mo the control
yes
in this amakwata mo che kwan na o party na wa ban mu na o sitting member of parliament na wo hu ni national cake na bi anso so a wa ban no emwa the best option for you is a 2024 sesa wonsa said you sesa wo MP no na o hwe trend na ayekona I think MPP for yesterday mo yama politics na yihu na me god ni mo kan wabonten obi menye obi a minima true die I am not that type said me hu no sa na me kan obi party A ni party B obi e kwa abato a sika esesansa kakrabem but level na MPP for kono ho ehu
ano
ɔden because enura me hwe honorable and the appear could be video ni wie no question na mebusa me ho ne se and the appear could be mpo a wakobe ne 4th term na okɔ na esu a wusu ni na ba fresh
na ne video no se dan
wose se pa na ade ne tie de on kɔ biem
secretary
summary on kɔ biem
secretary no
yes we tua man nsa ko like se
na se we owini
ye ba on nim de akɔ na video wose se na tie de a on kɔ biem ba on se wanka ansa na owini wie no delegates ni so gyina na chi o na no waka kyerɛ om se na de ne tie pa de
on kɔ biem
omo gye ne so na ne gyina na chi and it is so pathetic constituency bi wo ha delegates by 1800 na nipa ba ku tua 5000 Ghana cedis
that's a fortune
unya wo he na obi ma motorbike and the motor TVS na no mo chiche ne bi enu e below 15000 into just imagine say ye ma obi motorbike me assign the fridge tabletop as if motor no so near the I did friend saying oh
no one for
there be ba ku ya oh me refinity ya de wo me Microwave. Near the account. Yes, no, for the say Zabuzu say Mirific Constituency. I am say what. Delegates no call for no who can among the motor no call because we did be by now, we did be by. In Tinifa Bacono, with the motor no one was so her. And offer Busia of years a moment funny about. Look at this. It is so bad. So the question is, inti offer ye ni mu nyina gu kroma yesu o man no mu aye den ye entitled ye bet e to ehu hia na mo bu ye fa so nyina no mo mapati wo mo dan mu na mo chema mo dan FM. Is it a good signal for our democracy? No. It is so wrong. Because so be catch them say ya anti me ni atik e levy na economy ni be jame bibi anye adwuma Ghana be hye. Now at the end of the day, sitting member of parliament, I mean, betting Ekosiisen on no a route to CM pass 11 with him could bribe 7,000 per head. Then he put 1,800 with him be a can it is 70 million. Obi, how do we reason at all? Oh, Yansheni ya and baby a dear politics no quanem na she be Joma Kunyano. A baby not drugs or more drugs. And I bet it if you enough. And they say MPP, they say Galamsey for no to be in a seat in the power. Say, said this are buying Ankasano, or more interested in Galamsey. So a lot of Omunko for no more Galamsey between so many
primes. Galamsey an illegal activity.
Illegal.
Who associate you be with Sana a
problem? Oh, and American who doesn't know. And so I saw almost any crew, my waffle him or no sector or be too many or capement line on the permit on account.
Environmental.
Yes, environmental. And these are the elements and yeah, more come she be refused. So say any panel. Or could protect the interests of Galamsey as well. And the constituency interest no they call because what could say baby assassin in the name of community mining and when yes can or they come she be refused. We should be very careful with the trend in our economy. Obi a diem adia ba ko a aye mi hu kakra ofa me de susu no mpanimfo sese uti ehuru adwene a sign of wisdom. And it's a fact. Pennyfo mahu omu nyina omu ti hwe adwe nyina a sign of wisdom. Sisi na makomako yi omu hu adi se omu de ne bia. Clear example ye Ura Katie Hammond. Let's the way Ura Katie Hammond eye na manyo semono. Time.
The minister
yes
in charge of trade and industry
deserve to be a minister of even this country. Not even a day.
Aden.
Ura Katie Hammond subaya ye suban bia se nyansini kasa na woka se bu na wo munipa o se ne mfia akọ nanim no so na ete niema you don't get it
announce when you abutre
there be meka me dey sa na me hu no meka ne sa me mfra ne ntoma obi ani abre
mfra ne ntoma
because baby of akoko fie tifia adu even ohu ya de we one ye kasa kra no e ma hu se be pani ni fie adu
se be we offer
yes na me da aboni din kra wa fidie so me da kasa tia no na wo call parliamentary elections wo de ne se wo se yes wo ya dance Mugabe into no bi contest na na ti kwapai into de opetemu akrachifo ni o enkwada na aye tete omo no obia ni suade hunu se daache ono nso betimi abesom ne manma nti ye anyi ba ko bi amfim no ne call contest na de na ye meja ohun policefo a papa ejina omo anim and these men they were there for the interest of MPP and Ghana omo Obama peace are prevailing ana mebo na police officer a whole district commander gina ho o kasa papa ne nsa gunu ho watie nsam a woka o kasa wie man nka ne de ntire no wo move na ho no officer no oh na mama so men kama azam gire we you have the guts in the presence of the peace officers and say okay take AK-47 why anya na kofa pesa oketwa we look at this wonku nipa na wo be MP wo keti obi a wa heti over 70 years ntinka wonti nka nipa no okuta AK-47 no sanity onwu nipa so adan ya keti ama so ye MP o kasa didi atem and me discipline me man showdown me my why do you do this Obi these are leaders of our country these are leaders of motenase cabinet ekokodwene so a cabinet minister
yeah
nti imagine Katie Hammond pa assemble no betimi adwena fa Ghana ho cabinet level think for him because ni suni ne ban no da na di wa bonten no a clear indication of who he is before bia ni ba bia bia Obi yesusu ano sa assemble fie
Yes.
Na yesi obi aye bone na penipa ma nkopa achewa. Obi wo abusuanum ono one kapre. Ba asa asem asi wo panyansani de na akokasa. Ono ye first person obi abebo ni di. Or ye decent person ne kakra so no. Ba nya se bi o sika ebro so. Wo de ne koni pa ni mo wani monyam. Ade na wo de ne kopa oba benya bi. Nti keti yam ye that type no. Ena Ghana mabunu so aye pa adwuma ye. Trade minister or field kra na obetimi dey create a lot of jobs e dey amaye. Enche na anu ada. Na no be ka kire say ye titi se kube. Ghana mabunu ye titi se kube. Hwinim. Nyo no a. Enti na no we display na esi ye na eni kube tire no difference ben na wom. Look at what happened there. And me ade ba ko ha me ne say oman na yetimu no akwada aka no kra ye so wa no eja. If we don't stop it, ye nru ba bia wo se ye ko no. Because me better no be frame me take future leaders. No for kokofu ye galam say wo forest mu awse mi hu amenka. Na me future leader no kwaye ben ye de be so mo man. I will say it. So KT Hammond or your apology for the party and Ghana as a whole for he being a minister of state. Because this is the time I was what say in Fidijuma a for industrialization. Now no other entire and cocoa will be a hanging a con so per more crack ranka kuhunu office. Suban your dana di more ben and head the Ghana yet to Jimmy. Huh? Look at how he did. No, Obi, I thought how you see, even so some pa. Kwanya offer so present when the mountain ben pen in fumu. Huh? Obi. Ye mu bi mu akwanya na ye nya na de nam no adwena Nyankopon de amaye ene ne mpanimfo de nam enti se ye hu se wanyina du stage bi na da bia okasa ye nyansini kasa okasa ya atemdidie wa ye ho joka ye de obo ma ye nyeye ketia ma osenke pam no because cabinet me hwe nanimu ade papa bia na obetimi aka ho
asa untna cabinet meeting
and I say I na say me metimi akọ cabinet say ketia mo no I can go there. You think the way I conduct myself, name the way I see Buni Pafa, and near me who I make a cabinet, a Kufu and His Excellency. Yes, Remo Monteso. ABM,
okay.
They see what you end, say 2 candidates will be a congratulation in the fly. Nipper 2 in a court or Marian will be a new swore. And Tinanado pants with the records are in Ghana and
a party.
Why I see DD Aba, domestic Yanyi be or Hada. Why I see Ghana in Timin Triaka. And only BC had that. A champion person different from this one. And now that President Akufo don't want a party. Nipa me no election will be a will be a fly above on congratulations. Now share party believe in democracy. Now share Rambo style did declare what's the name of Farouk. Now national third vice chair in a now regional chairman in chain. You have the guts to say easy for no cry abu or momo modran yentimi an kan ballot papers no but I say the momo sisa kan ye no Jesus o se the omo no sisa kan ye no Farouk nya force say enti say the omo sisa and the woman we anya bi nti ono he's there on behalf of Kodua hwensema no was akeka nti we declare na ye na Farouk no so pajanenza. What a comedy. And these are the exact people amokasafa we have the men into over. We have the men. Omo we na namo kana no mo baby. Hey, it's so serious. So yes, Remo. Monya de beja trend bia many person mo. Me de manu si from on their premise. And opay me salutu be kwai for. E wo UTV.
Asante be kwai.
Nyami hira omo.
Aden.
Omo nie bi omo te sase no for. Masa. Politics na enye baby a ye de ayi sa suban bi kana si chikwanso for no na yo parliament enye fia yetete atrofo ne konkonsanfo. I said it in the morning.
Na why na yeko concern?
Hona COPLS mensa koye no. Yes, because this man ye nyina ye hwe ni TV so. Oye lawyer over 20 years at the bar. Papa when say ofa ko take off na odin try perjury, right? Yeah. Papa we ko swear off. Ye busan so ye MPP no so on the ni fie UP for asefo bon ye MPP card bearing member or ne party card MPP election omo koye no omo nyina party for kofa guidelines ne hwe why na enye card bearing member ko election no bi. So such a liar udi in trouble so me ama na watimi akọ constituency wakofa by kwa for omo ni ate papa omo ya de o results ni na me hu I became so excited because you see the way the man presented himself our national television na Ghana for hwe no onye leader was ye man akwanya mani ram resi bedwafie because oye ko concerning one Why you concerned because President Akufo-Addo you IGP dampare. So wana Ghana internal aggression ye security need keka won make sure that some be Ghana. Now on one ni call COP on any two office ye cool. COP on say nke was here na cause onko boa Gaza for no because adwene woni team no ntokwa adwene ne sa kuku no kwa. Yes. And he was able to influence some of the police officers to the extent to say it was so mutu dampare no ba. And an American and open who be a baby withdrew in academia qualification and warning him dear what time we see via Bugri Nebu or not this will be so answer was original or the command. So a non call of the mount. No, no, Timmy and Cabana by no crown and no dream. And you did all these things, embarrassing the police administration. What he did, now a threat to even national security because the whole COP. O can tape Musa Science, IGP Damparea, MPP are binding to me break the 8. So you are the best person, meaning say you are the wicked person to come and execute the agenda of MPP breaking the 8. So such a wicked person, your man come and come right. And be quiet for them who say there be a nipa bone there, ya soon nipa bone, ya nipa bone in Yagro. They voted very well. And to read your wise, moon a lesson, mamo. When we saw Codina campaign, Mutuachi.
Joe I support.
Oh yes, no dinachi. When who videos in be baby original so we need a double so ye ni. Na okra no oni shaba mo pen so ye nim dey see answer oba. And you are following such a person, such a character, or lie on oath. Obi I serious so, and I want to say, what I saw for the lawyer ni. Huh? Ukita Ghana, ye constitution in a debo by a siswe, public officer. What say when you MPP ni, you are not a card-bearing member. Ufri wa even a man to cry no na what yes ikromo start campaign MPP so contest or moko bi onye card bearing member nkan nti card be no de koy so be kwa for nyame hira mo na minim say baby a o my Ghana ekọ no this is the time where was a penny kanokre na akwada ate ase and this is the time where was akwada nso di nokre na penny so nsa adwene waiting because it is presumed say and then no as a year for bia for granted. Do be a pen warrior and Ghana belongs to us all. Obi, can Oforiata Krata no tro say ECG for implementation of 15% no. Ye implement ya NDC MPP obi antuabi. Obi
abetri.
11 by no obi untuabi. So these are the challenges in our economy at this time. And if you will leaders ye hear leaders omo be dwin o man no ho. And ye hear leaders omo the policies about the policies ne be have positive impact. E won chiri mani name afo nyina so. Enti makoto abana by damase na ye wogidie mapase 2024 said the mu delegates no omo atimi ama ministers ni first time MPs ni bi showdown no Ghana for so be ma Alhaji Bawumia showdown na the metete ye say Ken must go for no bi kura di kan ofie Jaken ye say 11 the call
why
Ken must go for no
Constituency
Ken Oforiata war Ken must go mun steady wo omo tie atua Ken must go say ba ko spokesperson no never confesses say na de ne tie pa de onko bi they say de yetete no omo fa chire ko omo na omo
aso
Oforiata ni kan be di kan wo fie da enti now something out there Ken must go
his was quite embarrassing. I mean, the gap was very
me say,
yeah.
Subinga Veno, can you Eugene?
Okay, Eugene.
Yeah, Ken must go.
Some no count.
Adomaki Kisimu asem no working.
That's how the Marco Kisi do we need.
Oh, your friend is a down for the doctor.
So no.
Your friend is
okay, Adomako Kisi.
Yeah.
Anya so too.
Masa. Ken must go. I didn't know dangerous.
First time I now so came say Ken must go.
And the politics no. Dangerous to the sense. One now person can Oforiata di kan ofie.
Obedi kan ofie.
Di kan atran no.
Very well.
Nti mo nyina ka fa.
Ekosiisen high Asempa FM 0548 443 That's our WhatsApp number 0548 443 523. Hello, Obi. How can electoral college be used to elect party parliamentary candidate? It's an avenue for corruption, Akomia or Tema. We say Obi. Thank Eric J for me. He has said all about Katie Hammond. What kind of leaders do we have in this country? Wamfa o din anka message we. Good evening, Obi. I say once again, K.T. Amon started insulting the Ghanaian youth long time ago. He once insulted us that our heads are like coconut. So his display at the just ended primaries doesn't surprise me at all. Philip Anderson will Ekumfi constituency in the central region. We say Obi, please remind Eric that K.T. is less than 62 years. 62.
What's it name?
Weird specificity. Less than 62. What does that mean?
We say Obi, those sending 15 and 50 votes for Honorable Collins Osuamankwa are deliberately playing mischief. In fact, Honorable Collins had 283 and they have deliberately changed it for Mr. Banfo, Barrister Danny, because the coalition of the original coalition sheet, Osha saw 15 the share Collins and him. But I think the EC made the declaration. In the Electoral Commission declaration on Menchianov. Let's take a listen.
Your friend Richard Osef Banfo 15. Number one, Akwasikuna to only 389.
Asempa FM.
Okay, no, Collins they're not born the first. And the Collins also amankwa enya 283. Yeah. Enti
Once a woman research man people no. Information on the brewery.
No, that's
that's Omono the original coalition sheet. Who did that way?
No. Good presidency. Omo kasa na ba wumi aka no. One problem on the other. It's a message on the brewery. So bad.
No, I mean this is not.
Obi so near portrait so call no post.
Portum call no post there. That's a Paul no matter say why you adwuma won the hop.
Oh, massa. Yeah, be too.
We meet Manoma.
But so far you see one thing the minimum is Okopono regional. Although he's a first timer. But Omo MPs ni na on the wedding. I must say that one I won't lie. And you see one thing in politics is when you get opportunity, be with your people.
Yeah.
Because Omo and they push you. It is a okwana social distancing number musadia.
When God in Mokasana Moka 1 term MP. Be a co one term now. The ubet me a calculation. Okay, I'm family one example. Let me time a call Parliament in 2013 January.
Okay.
By 2015 August. Now you're co-primaries.
Wow.
So short a time.
So can
that's the difficulty.
So you are talking about
actively you have 2 years to work.
Yes.
To justify yourself.
No, and your first year, I think you are finding your feet. Technically 1 year.
It's really difficult.
Yes. So at that time, no. Oh, you promise to be and now you BBB.
No,
are you going to be able to?
It's true.
So we must be looking at all this.
Yeah.
I can't. A friend say. My friends are attrition, eh?
Yeah, attrition rate.
Attrition rate. Now, be kone be bani ade. So why you careful kakre bia obe misjudge. Onipa no.
Yeah.
We must say MPC nye mpuntu djuma ni ade, but and particularly when you are in opposition. When you are in opposition, nti one say opposition party ne ya na nya konopi ya na competition in you too great. But where you have strongholds, Ubinim say, so strong with you or when the primary and you no answer about boys kakra. And then you have the delegates also going against the incumbent because you're not quite any but
school fees.
Yes, now 2 years. So said 2013 now January now 2015 August, so 2 years some few months
to justify yourself.
Yes,
very difficult.
How fair it is.
Very difficult because Obi de say Kojo Bajaman, for example, when he went to Parliament, when him say Also your call we sworn in 2 years pepe near primary or no more opposition.
Yeah.
No more primaries. No. And he lost.
Yes, of course.
He lost after first time. Yeah.
And a second one, second attempt, after he lost, you're born
a mafia, and away so.
Where the Ananga so pisca. I mean, he was talking about opportunities. And do level see dear delegates there, and any wabu bizo uncle school. Oh no, he had your coffee alcohol life. If you adding.
Anyway, but all said and done, only said.
Personal bizarre,
Yeah.
Sir, our co-election that 2018 co-election. Sabono region or 29 constituencies. Now, my favorite, be up a massive. My colleague here, man, no quay. No, or the region in and not the motorbike in the campaign. Yes.
That was a determined contestant.
And meeting we am the Ubias Eric KJ, there many problem. Now you could do grounds with Jubilee Parker. I said, the dinner is Sanka. Hey, Chama. I've tested we need one who's arguing.
Yeah, but Pamata, dear self.
Me say, contest I recommend will be any so me vote
where we near
1,802 votes. Me rim feeder. The whole region, 29 constituencies. Or movie will be out to man.
I'll be
out 20 na me kwata number. Election.
Obi say Obi Paul Chumberema has done nothing in his constituency. Their roads are very bad from organic. Hey, as I am, a bad. I just on the constituency.
That's another thing. Look, Ghana, we need to have. But you see, conversation na DBI kase we need to have no. Say who MP no, and you wait juma say obey mpuntu juma, and I'll obey mpuntu. But MP no kwa assemble. You see, our consciousness politically hasn't risen to the point that Nipan Betia say who as an MP your job is to go and make good laws.
Yes. And
to who campaign who can say. As a candidate, who what would be the nature of your message?
Yeah.
Say me kwa making sure say mra ye be ye Ghana have here. No, you'll be lucky to get 2 votes. Missy, you'll be lucky to get 2 votes. What I say? And the end of Shebona say, may your quayam, who needs to me?
Who need to me? And
they be your opponent will be like, oh, who need to me, but you can lobby. We colleague minister for roads. So on your down very close pa. What do you very grown view?
Now office,
office
I check. Well, be was here where the what oh, she are contractors. I was say MP aba.
And that argument and so I been say okay, so me or links. Me or links into no.
And that is a problem.
And you see, it's very easy for a challenger.
Yeah.
Because it was a weak point.
Weakness.
Maybe no, I can't say we are
no, Nicola, network. Minister now, hope to say Bia. Only Dinkoma or Bebuano. Minister no has no time. And look, look, there are so many things that we need to correct in this country. This Westminster system is not helpful. If we are going strictly presidential, let's do that.
Yeah.
So that some conversations about when they say you're quite nasifono, you be judge. Because while we're MP, no, the expectation is that our colleague na minister for roads. Until you be a sabi, what bon said them crana, you should be able to talk to him. But on Kanipani outside of Parliament, you have a justification to say, look, where young parliamentarians you cry is not easy. What I say, and you can buy yourself some excuse. Of course, that does not mean you won't push. But there will be a limit to what you can do. But Sanipan or parliamentar, you ever catch us assume a here or nearby constituency, no? Or not to me, I am my ebe no fine. Now, who dear now we are Ebi Nipanus, we are minister until they trade favors. And Nipano or down for even before he became, you can say, a minister. But who Ebi we are first timer. MPC, and you see, monkeys play by sizes. Minister Ebi no colleague on not now in opposition bed 2 terms and sana on Waben. His relationship with Nipan is different from what Ubana and Anu Yayu. Conversations are on Bedi, different from Woody. Look, when you see him, you respect him as a senior. And you can't make demands on your senior needlessly. What I say?
Oba Parliament, who went on Neding.
Massa, or Babrana, when some senior. What I say? Now who go on officer, he doesn't treat you as a colleague because
now first time I would
first time is no crown no ministry near no seniors in from chief. Say what back on.
Oh yes.
Say what
him. Ana can be
I'm friendly chief.
Ono kwa.
Sika to me.
Yeah.
Chief, so what chief dey can.
Chief. Oh, Jack. No more babe, and you go for my friend chief your modoso.
No, but that's the point. They say the system the system and the fact that what promise on call for so lobby. Whatever means possible.
That's the point.
To lobby and bring the things. It's too difficult.
Ghana had many rich sky. We did a leadership program in the US. IVLP meaning
IVLP.
You've done it.
No, I did with Mandela Washington Fellowship. Yeah.
And one of the places we visited was a lobby firm. We did that in New Hampshire. We're having a conversation about say a bar. Look, there's the need to have lobby firms in this country.
Okay.
It was an idea we contemplated and so, but we didn't act on it. Maybe it's about time we did so. No.
Oh no, sir.
You see,
lobbying should be.
No,
I say in Europe. In Europe, so am I in the public affairs?
Yeah.
Rather than lobbying, no, am I changing in the public affairs? Public affairs. I would say my MSc dissertation was on that.
Oh, awesome.
Business lobbying and policy making in Ghana.
Oh.
Who to lobby when and how.
And we said, sir, look, also the standing orders do not make room for lobby work in Parliament. But a lot of the accusations are parliamentarians suffer. So the Sikabe committee say because they want either an agreement to be passed and an agreement, a bill to be passed. All those things, you bet to me, if we have lobby firms working. Because
which is institutionalized,
yes,
part of the system
and recognized by standing orders.
Like in the EU, they have a lobby register.
No,
that lobby register,
they do. What is it?
Everybody you declare transparent,
and
everything.
they know Juma who
of course.
And you know
who is funding you and everything.
And lobbyists and our lobby groups, lobby firms. People just think that they come to influence.
Oh no. What they really do, the technical information on the they draft the bills.
They draft the bill, and now thankfully we have private members bill.
Sure.
Yeah. And they will draft the bill.
Sure.
And sponsor.
And if I say, I want a bill on reclassification of forests to be approved subsequent to 2/3 majority of Parliament. I can contract a lobby firm. Drafty
a bill for you,
then they will get you the right member of Parliament and they will lobby others to push for it. And say company way and a businessman way echo trias come MP Senabe on we need to have that.
Sure.
And say oh be sana.
We have to institutionalize
the system. MPC sooner. Yes, you will be this bag because
because it's undercover.
No, but
it has to be open out of the system.
I think
but the point is that in EU, say Greenpeace a pushing for BBI.
Yeah.
Everybody knows who is funding Greenpeace.
Simple.
Interest.
Yes.
They are clear.
And when the lobbyists come to you,
they know.
Lobbyists are not bad. Exactly. They are telling you, say, wait. Look, we are working for.
They are more Kenyan. Boga for more. Kazan say I into kind of intimate. Yes. Obi. Grow on my night, Moon. Uno crana we are private businessman. You must say what done for crane atik what party. You know to me a problem.
It's true.
One baby and I'm now a dear being there.
But if you have a lobby firm. Nipani did you want to come and
black men? Oh, back office. They are all in a
they just a bribe. What's it? Oh, say, Uko US restaurant.
Tip.
Yeah, you can tip.
Yeah, they are
bribe hotel. And no, you're institutionalizing. Yeah, yes, what you're you know, and with the investigation, of course,
yeah. So, there were two suggestions we wanted to make, apart from institutionalizing the work of lobby firms. In fact, there's one law firm.
I think I was having a forwarded copy of my MSc
that
dissertation
would be
for you to
awesome.
read.
No, that would be nice.
It was a beautiful work I did.
Eric, I'm on it. You're one of the trying to manage it. What you company? You know the Bemano.
But when it was the Honorable Paul Chum, I sent me PPA approval for upgrading of Wamanafo to Doma Akwameu Feeder Road and others. Ewo Bono region under the Department of Feeder Road. Or say, I think the contract is estimated to cost some 42 million Ghana cedis. And shortlisted companies. And honorable say more wamanafo to Doma. Akwem more coin. Oh, okay. Approval no about at least yes. We say Obi Eric Ejay is spot on. We are on a downward spiral simply because our electorate still don't understand the role of an MP. MPs are not infrastructure development agents, nor responsible for solving personal problems. MPs are lawmakers, simple. Legislative skills can only be developed over time. The attrition rate is just too alarming. We need to spend resources on educating our electorate. Ninoy Hansen Norte, MP Tema Central. Unfortunately, he also lost his race. A first time MP, but I think the point he raised is not very valid. Honorable Inti, we wish you better luck next time. I think he's a fine MP, very deep in thought and area. Unfortunately, the person who contested him the last time on Nurini, you know, and the Nipanasi Ababak, Charles Forson. Yeah, Charles Forson Ababak Ababa Birini.
But I see to me, Bejinti, problem.
Tema Central.
Yeah, Judge Carlos Waka.
Carlos didn't go this time.
No, he didn't go. One Nana Boache.
No, yes or no, true. One said,
Nana Boache won.
Sometimes, me as an economist, I always say, every decision you make do cost benefit analysis. Or Shasika Ankasika or Berry or Honor Yesika Kitwa. Now then, no cry.
Appear Kubin, came as go leader.
Or no cry who is accused to have had monopoly over album no cranusu. So what album? Yes, you have control. Say
I know you're central. Bajma North. Bajma North.
MP no register them say on one prepare. No go for kwede.
So Kofi say Oteki risk say he will run on that same register.
It's needless.
Look, the same happened to Obo. Obo also took the risk he will run on the register. Obo lost. Obo Ghana Post.
Obo ni hu. Na nipa ni hu na wa hwene no.
Anyway, Obi, all said and done. Program the whole exercise na koye. The dampeni fast papa.
Yes.
The aka say nkabo mu no na se ehwe animu na eba. Na really Ghana for enyanti ase bi. Se emfa ho ne ohawa wiase nyina wo mu ne bi aka Ghana. Kwa bia so ye niema yie na kan ho bom na yedi nkomo no se de sefata e be break it, no. It is possible with Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Oh yes, clear, because Eric, one will say o flag bearer or no nasman say friends say honeymoon honeymoon just say that when you kuma jubilee ne yakoda would that way nye ye adwuma ayo man adwuma aye ni abre nti nipa ne ni abre say incoming president Mahmoud Baumia on sa na ese mo nkwa mo nko nye won a ebe ko ho akodi honeymoon would Eric wonte say flag bearers yama no honeymoon na wonte ana akuso kra meetings ni bi we kwa yam fro senior omuhu say o kan pe no bi o ha.
Well, at the risk of sounding that call for grace period, no?
Yeah,
I think it should go both ways. Even Dr. Mahmoud Baumia be president, he would require some grace period.
No.
Because expectations are higher already.
No. on call for grace period. Grace even when on the period. That the point in this. I dream my own song. Economic recovery there. Economic recovery there. When you see the kwemu, when you see me say niema nkoyie, wo de niema gugu akwam na afia esiswa ekoyie na afia na be breaki. Say grace period.
No, well, my dream is
because
that grace period, is for you to stabilize. Oh, we a new president Nawaba.
Yes.
You see, you can't.
I think you kwa be mama me do akọ koye me komo adwuma akoye grace period.
Okay, maybe we say Obi, good evening. It is so wrong that the people of Manson Kwanta would give 26 votes to their incumbent MP. We also check that practice of giving some people positions such as CEOs and others, whilst the elected ones have to go to them for project and help. Very soon, nobody will contest for constituency and regional positions. They would all lobby for CEOs and board members. Anyway, I hold an MSc in supply chain management and a BBA in human resource management with 16 years in experiential and social marketing. Use your lobbying leverage to help an Amansia brother, Obi.
We need to have that conversation. Very, very important.
On the CEOs,
yes. No, on Mika, on the lobbying, like.
Oh, yeah, we need. No, but this guy's point is about.
We're making two suggestions. And in the US they call it Congressional Budget Office.
Yeah.
But Ghana, Mikai IE was making a similar suggestion that there should be a budget office. Or once the budget is read and appropriations are approved, there should be an office that tracks expenditure.
Yes.
What I say?
Yes.
So thankfully we have fiscal policy rule. So fiscal
government assurance.
That's a parliamentary committee.
No, you're kind of like an independent.
When you're independent,
okay.
yeah,
and
yeah.
US on budget office, they always have had issues with Parliament.
And it's state funded.
It's state funded.
Funded by the state.
What I say, because Omuno they can independently. Once a budget, Parliament also enjoys appropriations. And to Amukra, they are supposed to be part of institutions. Our office, whether they are spending beyond Sika Yedia Momo and so on, and avoiding budget overruns and the eventual deficits. But seriously, I think it's unfair.
CEOs,
it's unfair. So see, there will be a person of Parliament tries to become a CEO. Or yes,
you gather resources.
Now. They humiliate MPs because MP were apart from the salary.
The House also call lobby for projects. Baby.
No, I said meow. All more projects in be. What I said because he knows he wants to unseat you.
Originally,
you should resign just like they do for DCs. They should be doing it for CEOs.
I hear that argument came up, and it was shut down.
Of course. So they lobby.
There is a statement from the Electoral Commission. Eric Nawabem, the Electoral Commission issues the statement signed dated 29 January 2024. Also, the NPP Parliamentary Primaries declaration of results in the Yendi constituency. The attention of the Electoral Commission has been drawn to a video circulating on social media depicting a gentleman declaring results of the just ended New Patriotic Party parliamentary primaries in the Yendi constituency in favor of the incumbent. The Electoral Commission wishes to inform the general public that it has not declared results for the Yendi constituency in the just ended NPP parliamentary elections. 785 voters voted. Out of 794 registered voters. The counting of ballots for the incumbent, Honorable Farouk Aliu Mahama, was disrupted when the presiding officer had counted 296 votes in his favor.
And still counting.
Unfortunately, the destruction of 489 ballots, which remained to be counted, made it impossible for the presiding officer to complete the collation and declare the results. The commission therefore dissociates itself from the declaration. Thank you. Signed, Michael Buedu, Acting Head, Public Affairs, Electoral Commission of Ghana. And that's the statement. It's not just a declaration. I think the party is left with no option than to rerun that poll.
Now, per teacher, third vice there, when no original chairman, why then could declare election? Most young James and Bros, so I know 2020 or changing figures best 6 times, you know. Yes, that's a my man. No,
it's if I am better.
MPP for and you see, Obi Meba or say, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say, Yaman honeymoon. Oko Volta region.
And no one and I Canada.
I was a Motiasi and say 2024 elections na yekono. The credibility of the Massenya matters. President Mahama Edigana Kunyada. Obedi mfie nan. Yadini kujina court nko abe bosome nkono. Nti ujina court nyina no na economy no kra nya attractive. But within the 4 years no obedi and yenim de oyeye. Alhaji Bawumia ansa na yebeye vice. Yenim nsem ananado kan fa na ho se yema na kwanya omra no me manage economy na ne economic knowledge no e was so. Alhaji Bawumia be 7 good years as a vice president and head of economic management. Yenim ne output. And this a man for busa. We say oba was so ye we man we say oba was so ye we no ka so mama memra. Na ye ba aban de yenhye ne hyehyɛ. Na ye ba na ye nyamra sa na ye ma na mo ka ni. Sansem na o ka no. Ni nyina no. No didi ese sansem na o ka no. Opesa oti ase se. Onyamra obeye ne mama 4 years na oba. When di kan aba mfie nan. Oba mfie na o track record. You obeye nya mfie nwotwe. So Alhaji Bawumia campaign we na ye kono. Credibility issues near the cool.
Na credibility.
Said you work with baby.
PBC
wake up. Abebuso Mahama says PBC Uba then I'll be a mine. And you one around Caso PBC me bear to say be a private company be a debbie. Because me no Casa CCA PBC head office crown or your auction. Yes, you're 2 or more casting banks can say ADB Bank, Bank of Africa, Car Bank, GCB Bank, and a UMB. Omo di omo call munti mintua. Me no kasa CCA, omo di ADB ka 49.257 million Ghana cedis. Omo the Bank of Africa ka 11.219 million Ghana cedis. Car Bank 71 million, GCB 108 million, UMB 42 million, UBA 13 million. So institution like PBC, PBC,
it's a wing of
and then do the produce
and you know, because of the managerial incompetence from Cocoa Board, translate Yakohono.
Yes.
Everything so supervised by President Akufo-Addo. You know the reason why I make us Obi, we are in a country. Obi 2 minutes san. Nimdia nya media dom obi esua woma ye ne field no. The presumption is obi nya me party ni yempamo no. Oko PBC a time aye wo ho no me kan na na mo ama hene mo na na mo ye financial directors na ade mo ba ya na mo sake o mo nyina free ono de kram se mo de no ko CPC cocoa producing company na won so na egu na ko revamp ne kakra and na me ne o kasa PBC in 2016-2015 now mo market share was around 30.88%. Now mo timito cocoa over 240,000 metric tons and the PBC is doing somewhere around 10%. Me no kasa si be a cocoa PBC intimate cocoa 1 bag. Now for our party cronies at the Omokogu headquarters of PBC. Now be any cocoa hunim dia. You think they won't collapse PBC? Then at the end of the day, no because so Mahama questioner. No akasa me buy a PBC Marine State no. Meanwhile, those companies now me bomb which is me come with the banks no. Omoko for summary judgment. Court are granted for them. So what can you do as a leader over? You have to be honest to your people. Don't be peddling the falsehood now. So today, the economy is dangling. Of a
company like BBC, a big good and one day. Go to their books. By the time 2017, NPP take you over. Now a card down. Go back to it. 2017 I can't PBC.
In 2015-2016, PBC in Faso Munya even Golden Bean Hotel, so they were able to renovate it.
Oh,
in 2015,
investment in India, investment
they were able to invest in share not factory processing.
Oh, investment in
facts. Me, I won't lie. Me say in 2015-2016. Our market share value was around 30.88%. Now, we took over 240,000 metric tons. Unim said, Cocoa Board, NML PBC seed capital. Busa, I want to say, if it 2017, Eban seed capital, Ben the PBC. Now, I'm telling you. Busa, I want to say, in 2015-2016, or Mutimian Faso, Eco invest in that share not process.
Because
you can't even break even.
Share.
Yes, maybe. So today, the strength of PBC, then PBC today, and you then a Jumaiku is your headquarters here auction. Now, no one who's a towing car say or premises winner.
Well, what be there?
So what I am saying is the way now more running state agencies no offer. I know, say, aside so yeah, Juma wa bemuno, maybe now or private business be. What do you call your ho? But the only will be your mining agencies no. And these are the issues. And then we Cocoa Board. Moguni say dealers ne connection mine for these people
no Cocoa Board.
You're going to talk. 2016.
Can I bet down on
Cocoa Board Afibia no Moboka. And now I know because when you say cocoa processing factory say Okroma or more import cocoa bagana. Yes, my job online, check the story. They don't even get cocoa for processing in Ghana.
Because if you don't pay the
why here do a guno?
Okay, production just signaled me say Omwenya. I think the PBC MD is listening in and he's joined on the line.
Show no bed.
Tobo Eric. Bibi any anwenya but.
That acting and no confirm no.
I don't know. I'll ask you.
Eric PBC workers no. For the past 5 months or 6 months or
Mate. Ma obeyi ni nyina no me fi say no ntina wa bayi. Openye akwaba Ekosiisen na pom te san.
Obi. Me tia o me ma fi siapa.
Afepa.
Me tia no watiefo nyina me tia honorable Kukufu so.
Oje so.
Tia na pa.
Me ba so udin ni e kwakun cancer, right?
Ye from kwakun cancer.
Fantastic. Now sisi an oye.
Watch out.
Eric J say onchia ono so ne Atik Mohammed.
There be Eric the mentia no because in some no work can be or the number there. Oh, Atik me tia na pa.
Oje so.
Na anyway,
na me ba to
Eric Nyafi.
Oje so. Eric Wachia oje so. Na me ba to sisi opposition here confirmed like substantive PBCMD, right?
Oh, I've been the substantive PBCMD since April 19th. And they are confirmed 2023.
2023. Okay.
Yes,
okay.
please.
Very well. Me ba to inti where they was sugusu ana where with you've listened to issues now Eric raising no. We initial response now for your further questions me pa to.
Well, and there might be people who are the veteran on the about the politics. I mean, unfortunately, na me nye imagine say me person in TV media kasa until say because you see NDC the name man over here politics is na ya system kaka. They take it over in 2017 no. What debt in the number over 700 million Ghana cedi. So our debt we ye beto ye. And ye debt ye buy ye de buy. Me by 2023 indeed. KOB, which is Mr. KOB, or buy a debt in the Daho, or Koye, a bar from Kakra, and the immediate predecessor. You were when the baby crew, I didn't find the clearance honorable Richard ya, and so buy on Super Kumbia fine. A cannon a car at Daho, and yet a car ye buying ye boy at the two. Now, NDC pet. Almost sorry, we are almost near Club 100. Matia, I am my 18. But if I couldn't say, Mr. Yaman, you're 70. When you can say me a former MPP UK chairman. And Yaman, you're 70. Meaning we are Parmanos wedding. And then Symbian, but be Jabonton, at the propaganda to say the asset ye. Ye buying ye be broken in the Guho. Inia, Obi. buy no na Canada ho ye kwa buy ya teso kakra ye gu so aircon that's like a cabibre gugu ho no sana ye so na etie nti ye buy ya beto ewo ho ye gu so ko minia sana asem na etie.
Okay, but the other thing is oka e kana mo ba beto ye now say 700 and saying
it's over 700 million Ghana cedis.
And
the exact figures.
Okay, but Sisi I could do saying.
They say they are about 650, 630 Bibisa. So
okay.
Now, yeah, we cocoa board the car and yeah, we banks and so car. And the banks and the no, not just say yeah, a car at the that way so are
you saying, sir? A kana mo betu e matua kakra ma ba 650 but mobile for almost 7 years no mon add it to the debt.
We haven't, you see, so what normally happens they say yeah buy not debt, you know, it was restructured in some people are members of the account say too much because a court case it is a money view obi tafra me enye na me ya no but in money view me ye try say me ya no ye buy no a cano let the whole internet interest so ye den e cost interest so e be kika ho so na actually no and ye nyina ye tena ase ne ye ka so okay say no baby e ko no asa de ne kakra nti ye nyai na interest na da so no so ye nyɛ den ye FM e be free ye e ka bi meka ho bio e bi meka ho bio
be meka ho meaning say over the past 7 years, no, because minim says Asika moje from the banks and a cocoa board so dear mode mamon and a mode talk cocoa, no, right?
Yes.
Ain't are you saying say over the past 7 years, moon talk cocoa, Nazamoto cocoa and Munya is canny free? Nana loan.
Cocoa board the Maiska. Cocoa board the Maiska.
In the meaning says still a mode cocoa board cat.
You were cat the holder that and on a make us a two saka.
Yeah, I get it. Over the past 7 years, since a cocoa board nama muska, meaning say mudi cocoa board castle apart from a car mo beto no. Most when you can be a
yes, yeah, the cocoa board castle.
Now and on a bear saying
oh cocoa board sikani over 200 because interest is so kahon to mean ya the exact so amount because interest kahon so
and what it means, they say under buying so no yes, mo beto 700 million. Much yakakra ababe 650. But yes, over the past 7 years, no. Magic free cocoa board hoa and we be 200 million. Yeah, car that hoa monso magic from cocoa board, right?
You buy no factory na wo bupe no hon ka eka hon. No bupe factory no sika na o makwa gigie na da ho. They could be a factory no. No ho. Na kan kitin but
I agree on those legacy debt. Yeah, no na me busa. The me busa ne say let's put the legacy debt aside.
I
agree. No, I agree. I can't say my idea matua kakra no, but what I'm saying is and I'm so over the 7 years no mabo kani biego. That's the point I want to establish.
And I may say obi ye more kabia nka ho. The ebe to ye no. Nti ye ba ya ye beto say gugu ho no. And I yes so near the year.
But it will not be true to say say more can count, especially when you admit say mato cocoa over the past 7 years. Sa cocoa
na ye tono. Ye no bi na ye di tia ye ka. E no bi na ye di tia ye ho ka. So obi onim cocoa business no onim PVC business bia no. Cocoa na ye tono. Ye kwadi ye margins ni wi a ye no bi na ye di tia ye bosia na ye de no. Eka ye di bi so atia ye ni anom so e no mo ye adwuma no so ka na me so ye di bi so atia me so meka na fe obi a ko fie na ya saade ya sakwa akwaji bi ni ya saade aye
and so far no mo funding ni nyina free cocoa board ho na aba over the past 7 years
cocoa board ho
mo nye bank loan bia so far
bank loans so ni ya gigi ye no me check it there but the gigi ye nyina na CBG die bi ni na ya gi ani asakotua say tiji sa loans nyina ye tua no ye fi say ye ba ye MPP ba abawo no ye gigi ye nyina ye gia ni asade ko do okra ye yisu ni asade ko CBG is one fra o mo be dia dance ye cocoa board e tua o mo kapa ya bi akitikiti bi ni anakakam so afi ne ba na omo ma ye foforo a ye ya na ye de atua e ka da ho ne de ye ka ya beto a ye ko
into the summary judgment na banks na nya no in relation to a car na da ho dada no
ye ka da ho dada me ni abe ma me patro an
into your summary judgment the specific orders na ye den
oh akoye court case me ni abe ma into say dem me can me since them ni bi wo ha me ya no bi so wo ha me nya den
oh that be say once a decision from the court there say be public way but the point is say enuntina have they told cars no from Wayard
oh be fa enema be mi nu miensa bi
enema ben ya
na oye cars mi nu miensa bi no be sesa ko na o man se da fa bibititiro bi anya de asamba ko amete kura ete say me yi pa se na re keka se ye ton ye dan ye ton ye cars ye ton ho enye no
no that be say judgment data no ekokonya message judgment data yeah judgment data no kokonya ye friend saying credit ani konya judgment na say oba ono no enya wo na wo be kire na de a wo mfa wo
there be ye wo atemu bibiri wo ho ye atemu bibiri wo ho na se ne atemu ntitie no ye de no obi anton he obi anya hwe krata baboda ho na meka no me say asem ne da so asem dibia etinya de a be pese bibiri ye enfifi mu ye mpinsimpisi mu obi minim se wo so ye lawyer ni se de wonimo no obi de ukọ asembibia na ukọ bia se udifo ana se bibi ni etitia wa utimi esan enya ho akwama eyeden ehwe asem mu bio mi akirikire mu ma yesa de konachi ana se bikura na ye de etia ono kra yitimi sesa no ti de meka ne se eya asem a ye gusu a ye ka enti we de me mpese me compensate mu tutu bia de mo de mpese me ka ne se NDC for so mode ye propaganda says woman ni jaka no to wa ya ba ye ko ba bia on be kan bia no sa na asem etie
me ba to PBC workers no the claim they say for be 6 months ni akatua asem na ye bibia wo ho etesen
etisa akatua asem no ye guso ayeka nya bitia bitu ho nso a na aye yi kakra but ye guso ayeko na meka no kada wanimu a na se wo ko a du ba bi na yedina na aya yi kakra na nso yeguso aye ko adwumayefo nso etiase se de na ohoni ne aba beto nti yeguso aye ko no de omso enya omuni enya adwene ekobenkurum ene ye adwene ho ene ye eko se de be ya ka ne be free anim na fe PBC afa ne ntoma pafra de mo mekoso aka obi minya aka da NDC for the ball can go on your babato. Minya can da. Sanity.
Okay. MD, me da say you be pemre ni yedi nkomo extensively.
Obi me da se pa tinyame aduma obasatene.
Mate you da say nti onamu kokofu so chia. Why?
Yo, honorable.
O say ya no wa friend no. Why? Okay, very well. Ekosiisen na higher senpai for Eric Train me meba.
Obi seconds, Mr.
Asem be na
na me kasa na obem nti you see political and right so be seconds. Obi me chia me nua pani no. Me de minim no. O say ono so ye politician sem ya. No UK chairman waba. But chairman so abafia burger for no o mine o ha. I am telling you say in 2015-2016 purchases are na cocoa board there through PBC 240,000 297,000 metric tons representing 30.88%. In 2016-2017 they did 253,000 representing 29.40%. And now they bought the last one, a Mikita record, 2019-2020. They did 104,000. Into Obia no Mutimito Kuku over 250,000. Nene or more 104,000, representing 13%.
Yeah, but so higher purchases now. Allocation debt on
allocation because every year Biano say syndicated loan bar.
Yeah.
Once some of them you can say companies, Lances Bank companies, LBCs no.
Yeah.
More cocoa board emma sauce or mama musica aside that from one kasa contract sika or modi your operations
yes
and I make a chair will say from 2017 ebano when we downward a year they con the question is also obi kura ni ja that time it was better than what was wakonka Otimase, Ubusa and see a confiscate as and was a Casibes me and Sabi. Ubusa and say, trade you my forecast, or say, no so crazy, so I can was them. Massa, you can't be lying to Ghanaians. Okay. PBC is no more existent.
Eric J, it is a corporate institution, it exists. When him says a company
I understand.
Ma menase, Ekosiisen, so Mummy and Tia, we and then we wrap up. Stay with us.
Franco Trading Enterprise still phone Papa Fie, Samsung near, Nokia near, iPhone near, say our printers, mobile phone, accessories. Franco Trading Enterprise, Alpha or no TV. I this satellite, any ultra panels, a bomb Facebook,